Hi everyone, welcome back to the month ahead astrology forecast and cards for your sign. So this is for December 2023, and just before I get into what the astrology is for this month, I'm going to mention a couple of quick things. You can still book a reading with me throughout the month of December. I will have about a week off, so I'm having from December 18th through to about the 27th. I won't be doing any readings. Obviously taking a break, which is much needed. And the thing is, if you do order, which you can, as I said, you can still order from my website, just add on that extra 8 days to your turnaround time. There is an announcement on the website that mentions that as well. If you'd like to join us on Patreon is where I add extra content, so extra card readings, extra updates on the astrology, the full moon, the new moon. Usually we'll do a reading for pick a card reading or a card reading for your sign around the full moon, leading up to the full moon or the new moon. And you know, there's other stuff that I talk about. There's also astrology, there's some astrology tutorials if you want to learn some astrology. There's also, you know, sometimes random things come up and I'll do a reading on, you know, if there's a case that's unsolved on the occasion, but I haven't done one of those for a while. But if it comes up, I will do that if it gets my interest. And also the other stuff that I do is psychic development and tarot. So if you've wanted to learn tarot or psychic development, all levels, you're welcome to join. That's a separate tier, but you do still get access to all the other tier 1 updates with the astrology and the card readings like I mentioned. So check out the link and have a look at that if you're interested. Would love to see you there. All right, so let's talk about December, and then I'll do the cards for each sign's element. So all right, there's quite a few shifts happening in December. I have to say I like the energy much more than I've liked the last couple of months personally. So what we have in December is obviously the sun in Sagittarius, and the sun will continue in Sagittarius through to the 23rd of September when the sun moves into Capricorn. So happy birthday Sagittarius and Capricorns. And December 5th, the Venus moves into Scorpio. Okay, so from December 5th onwards, we can be feeling very intense in matters of love. It can be, and also relationship dynamics, and also finances. We could be feeling ambitious in regards to money or earning money, or, you know, our goals, whatever those goals are. We could also find that in relationships we feel more focused on trying to make things work even if things are difficult in relationships. Sometimes with Venus in Scorpio, it can feel like relationships go through a difficult patch or a heavier time. But, you know, the Scorpio energy is about transformation. So if you're able to work through any kind of crisis energy in your relationships, you can come out the other side of it, though it will be work and effort and probably involve some forgiveness. Venus is in difficult placement. Like I said, it's in detriment in Scorpio, so it does bring challenges in relationships. And it's that kind of energy where you have to go through the difficulties to get out the other side, basically. And look, for some people, there might be situations in their life where they're looking to cut things out that are not healthy, or break away from relationships, people or friendships that are not healthy, or even work situations. So that could be something that's on people's mind from December 5th onwards. Well, Venus will be in Scorpio for at least a few weeks. Venus usually lasts a few weeks or so in a sign. Other news, December 7th, Neptune moves direct. So Neptune in Pisces has been retrograde for quite a few months there. And so with it going direct, it's a better energy for Neptune, obviously, for any planet to be moving direct. But what you may find is your creativity, your spiritual side may start to activate more. If you're a creative person, you feel like you kind of lost your mojo a little bit the last number of months, you might start to feel it coming back. You may feel more open with regards to your intuitive side of yourself. You may find that starts to sort of work for you more if it's been feeling blocked for some reason. And you may be feeling more romantic as well. So it's interesting, given that Venus 2 days before that goes into Scorpio, which is kind of a deep and intense and difficult energy for romance. But it's also that type of energy, if you're creatively inclined, can sort of foster using that intensity, that kind of brooding energy, to tap into something creative if you're that way inclined. From December 12th, oh sorry, on December 12th, there is a new moon in Sagittarius. Okay, so this new moon overall, generally a positive energy with the moon in Sag, but it can have a weird side to it because it is square with Neptune and in conjunct with Uranus. So what I'd say about this new moon in Sagittarius is if you have an idea or a vision about something, definitely hold your horses on that. No pun intended, because half horse, half man. But don't get carried away, especially those Sagittarius out there watching, because you could get really hyped up about an idea or a vision around December 12th. Because it's square with Neptune, it's like this idea may not be really well thought out, or it may be you're not seeing a situation clearly. So, you know, anything around making decisions, I would say hold off until further down the track. See, it's also interesting because that new moon happens on the 12th of December, and the very next day Mercury goes retrograde. That's an interesting sequence of energies there, because with that new moon square Neptune, which is adding confusion, in conjunct Uranus, bringing some unpredictable, maybe some strange energies here, even in communications with others. Because Sagittarius is an expressive, communicative sign, it is a sign that relates also to long distance connection. So there might be communication with someone at a distance around December 12th that throws you off or makes you feel confused. Could be. For others, it can be you're looking to express your ideas, your thoughts, your vision, you know, in your life in some way. But the Mercury retrograde the next day shows that there's some kind of reevaluation needed. Okay, so, and that Mercury retrograde is in the signs Sagittarius and Capricorn. So yeah. Okay, so moving on, December 27th, there is a full moon in Cancer on 10 degrees of Cancer. So if you have anything around 10 degrees of Cancer, of anything prominent, any signs or personal placements, you could feel more emotional around that period of December 27th. And, you know, the moon in Cancer does lend itself to the energy of stability, security, comfort, home, family, memories, nostalgia, people from the past. So we could be thinking about loved ones from our past, or people that have even passed on, or childhood memories, thinking of, you know, things from long ago. And it could be a little bit painful in some way because it is square with Chiron. So just after Christmas there, you probably feel it. Most people would feel it, you know, especially if you've got Cancerian placements in your chart, you would feel it from around Christmas Day. And yeah, it can be a bit of a nostalgic energy. It can be feeling maybe some longing or some stirring up of the emotions, but it can also be a very nurturing energy if you need to be there for somebody else, or, you know, receive or give support. It can be you know, an energy related to that. But like I said, with square to Chiron, it feels like there's some kind of wounding with this energy, or some kind of difficulty emotionally, some kind of raw emotional struggle as well for some. Not for everybody, but those that have anything around 10 degrees of Cancer, Capricorn, Aries or Libra will be affected by that energy. Also, just on that full moon in Cancer, for some people, if you've been going through a difficult time, it can actually be a good time to cry and just release those emotions out, because it can be actually quite cathartic under a full moon in Cancer. Okay, December 30th, Venus enters Sagittarius, which is much better energy than, you know, the rest of the month previously with Venus in Scorpio. So this should lighten the energy around relationships. It's also lucky. So Venus in Sag is lucky for finances. It's also particularly lucky if you're a Sag, or if you've got anything in other fire signs like Aries or Leo. So this can bring you luck and some lightness, some playfulness, some fun, a desire to travel, get away, do fun things, adventures. Yeah, definitely a nice lightening up of the energy. And then great news, December 31st, Jupiter goes direct. So Jupiter's been retrograde for quite a few months as well. It's finally going direct. So what this does is it brings back a sense of hopefulness. It brings back a sense of optimism. Now, you won't necessarily feel it on the day of December 31st. It takes a few days or at least a week to sort of pick up, but some people may feel it, you know, around the date. With Jupiter direct, we start to think about the future again and planning for the future, what we want in the future. It's just interesting the timing it lands on December 31st, when people might be thinking about the next year, the new year, making resolutions. I don't really do resolutions myself, but I do think about the energy of the new year and what the energies are involved, you know, more from the astrological energetic perspective, and what my, you know, I tend to think about what my transits are coming up, but that's just me. But some people may be thinking with Jupiter in Taurus direct, you know, things that they want to bring into their life on a level of prosperity, comfort, abundance, making your home more comfortable, making life more enjoyable. Maybe doing some affirmations can be helpful. I would actually suggest that if you're feeling any kind of struggle leading up to December 31st, doing some kind of affirmations on the 31st could be quite powerful for manifesting because of that Jupiter going direct. So Jupiter goes direct 5 degrees of Taurus, and it's going to be blessing Taurus and Gemini in 2024. And if you haven't watched my 2024 year ahead video for the astrology, that's on my main channel. You can find that link in the community tab of this channel. So interesting month ahead. There's a lot there, I feel, but overall, except for Venus in Scorpio, I mean, look, you know, nothing against people that have Venus in Scorpio. It's just the energy of Venus in Scorpio in the sky. It can make relationships feel a little bit difficult, like I said. So, but then that, you know, moves on by the time we get to the end of the month. And like I said, December 30th, Venus moves into Sag, so that's a better energy. But 2 planets are moving direct this month, Neptune and Jupiter at the end of the month, and just keep a heads up from that for that Mercury retrograde from December 13th, and it will be retrograde for the whole month. Okay, all right, so let's look at what we've got for the elements. So this is how I do it for this channel. I sometimes change things, but I still am doing it where you go based on your elements. So fire is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Air is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and so on and so forth. I'm just going to drink some water. Okay, guys, let's see what we've got. I'm going to start with the fire signs this time. So I'm going to look at cards for like a general tarot card, what's coming in for love or relationship energy, and just another message from the Fortune Oracle. Like I said, if you'd like to book a reading, the link is below. Just factoring that extra turnaround time because I'll be away for a week. But you can order anytime. My website will be open over the holidays. Okay, so Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. What have we got for December 2023 for the fire signs? Okay, so there's a bunch of cards that came out, but this one was the only one facing up that got my attention. Death card. Wow. Okay, so some of the fire signs may be thinking of in the month of December maybe some very serious things on your mind, about change, about what's happening in your life. You might be experiencing some kind of ending and new beginning energy in the month of December, fire signs. You know, you may have recently began something new, or you could be getting rid of, you know, old baggage from the past. It could be very healing for you. This energy can indicate deep changes on a psychological level for you. I'm just going to bring that card closer so you can really see. It's a pretty intense card. This is the Star Dreams Tarot. Yeah, it's very intense. And it's like, it makes me think of the phoenix, like death and rebirth, rising from the ashes of your old self. So you might be going through something that's been very intense, fire signs, and a lot of change in your life. So I'm hearing embrace that change. Don't be afraid of the change. It feels like this is a good thing I'm getting. So whatever this change is more on a symbolic level, I feel. Though some fire signs watching, you know, may have lost somebody in recent months, or moved away from old connections, or maybe even physically moved or relocated, something like that. I'm just going to see what else comes up with the astro dice for the fire signs. Leo, 5th house, Saturn. Ooh, some possibly Leos, because Leos come up here, have had an ending to a romantic connection with Saturn, the 5th house of romance, and Leo here, or responsibility because of a child or a pregnancy or something like that. Could be, I'm just reading the astro dice here with this death card. For others, it could have been a change or some kind of change in regards to Saturn can be work as well, and your responsibilities. So maybe you've decided to embark on something new with, like, 5th house can be entrepreneurship as well. So maybe you've started a business, or are in the process of thinking of that, but there is some kind of very significant change here for the fire signs, so quite a strong energy. Let's look at what's coming up for love for December, love and relationships for fire signs for December 2023. Confusion. All seekers of truth experience confusion. Ask the divine to provide the answers you need. Wow. Very clear message here. Surprisingly contradictory sounding that it's a clear message when it's talking about confusion, but yeah, it looks like there's been some difficulty in love matters, in relationships for the fire sign. So you may not have really had much clarity in regards to your love life. You may have felt like you don't really know what's happening in your love life, whether it's to do with a particular person or just in general. For some reason I'm seeing the number 3. That may make sense to somebody. It could be talking about something within 3 months or 3 weeks from now, or even the 3rd of the month of December could be significant for some reason. But this is talking about you've had to just surrender because things have been confusing, and it's almost like the more you try to control, the more it feels like it's just kind of evading you. So it's like this is not really a very clear time in regards to romantic things. It can be more of a energy where you just have to kind of release and wait, okay, about love. So the sun jumps out here, which is interesting because that's also the ruler of Leo. So Leo is very strong in this fire sign reading. Not to say I'm not, you know, factoring in the other signs. Of course I am for Aries and Sagittarius, but the sun again, and well, the sun rules Leo. Open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. Okay, so maybe what's happened is you've been feeling closed off. Look, there was another card here, the world. So that could be referring to travel, be open to new possibilities in all areas of life. Yeah. Okay, so very strong messages here. Despite confusion that you've been going through, fire signs, or despite feeling on the back foot in general, and particularly maybe around love and relationships, this is saying stay open and stay open-minded, because there are things that are incoming that are actually really beautiful in your life, and right now you may be just focused on the negativity or all the difficulties, and there's some really beautiful things opening up for you. This is like, feels like a brand new chapter, I want to say, and with the death card that came up before and to have the sun after that, it's really like a rebirth energy. And it can literally be having gone through this very heavy energy here to come out the other side refreshed and renewed. So really interesting energies for fire signs in December. It's very strong, and it really looks a little bit extreme, I have to say, with the death card and all those other things, but it looks like you're going through something to come out the other side of it, so be patient. But December looks like it also has a lot of opportunities and joy in it for you, fire signs. Okay, moving on to the earth signs. Okay, so for the fellow Tauruses like myself, Virgo and Capricorns as well, what is coming up for the earth signs for December 2023? This one's trying to come out. Ooh, the moon. Okay, so we have like Pisces energy here, and again similar energy to the fire signs. Earth signs have this vibe here of two things: having to trust your intuition. Pisces comes up, so you may be dealing with someone that has Pisces energy in their chart, and you know, this could be about, I don't know why I feel like with the city in the background, it's making me feel like someone has been thinking about relocating or wanting to relocate or move, but it feels like they can't quite get there. It feels like there's a block around it, so I am getting that. That could be a message just for one person. The moon is generally about confusion or uncertainty. It's also about things not being revealed to you yet. So you're kind of in the month of December, it looks like you might be waiting for clarity, waiting to feel like things are opening up. And let's just see what else you have in the astro dice. Earth signs. Leo comes up again. Jeez, that's strange. Leo came up for the fire signs. Now we have Pluto, the 12th house, Leo. Gosh. So, okay, the 12th house is interesting because that picks up with the Pisces energy, which relates to the moon, because Pisces is the sign on the 12th house. Pluto 12th house moon is very kind of murky energy. And Leo, I really feel here someone is, maybe it's just one person watching, I don't know. Somebody is really keeping their true heart's feelings hidden. This could be you or somebody that you know. I'm getting a relationship energy with this. So if you're an earth sign and that makes sense to you, it feels like it's either you or your person. I'm talking about a relationship here or a connection with somebody hiding their true feelings. Okay, so Leo is like love and affection and heart, but it's very hidden here in the 12th house. With Pluto here, it's almost like there could be fear that someone that you're connected to has in expressing their deeper truth, or you yourself also have this and it's mirroring back to you through the person that you're connected to. This person might live at a distance from you for some, not for everybody, or they may be traveling for work, or they may be away at the moment, or maybe they're emotionally distant, or you're not in contact that much. Something like that's coming through. Let's see what else for earth signs. Actually, I'm going to get the love oracle cards here. The soul connections oracle cards. What have we got for earth signs for love? That's crazy. And we also have this one, cherish. So so this is the reason I reacted, was because if you were watching, if you happen to watch for the fire signs, I don't know if you would have, if maybe if you've got a fire moon or something, they also have this card. So that's the second time it's come out. Then we have cherish. It says cherish a relationship. So there may have been some confusion in relationship. You maybe have felt that somebody was not cherishing you, or you were not able to really fully go into your heart in a relationship because of other problems or issues around the relationship or what you're dealing with in life. You know, if you're with somebody, maybe there's been a lot of difficulty for you to navigate. There could have been difficulty with a child. If for some, it could have been just difficulty in connecting with the person in a romantic sense in the way that you wanted to. Maybe you felt like that person was blocking you in some way from expressing what was on your heart, and that's led to some kind of confusion here. And this energy is still, I feel this is something that's been going on for a while, I have to say. And if you're an earth sign that makes sense to you, then this message is for you. If this doesn't resonate, you could choose your rising sun or moon sign to watch the others. But that's really what I'm getting here. It's like with this card cherish, there's more that you want to express with a person, and it's like you want to go forward, but there seems to be problems here. There's a lack of clarity. Let's see what else comes up for December. Anything else for December for the earth signs? Oh, look at this. This literally just flies out. Patience. Okay, so I mean, that's reassuring. It's a number 24. It says slow down, change your attitude, and clear your mind. Okay, so earth signs, what I'm getting here is it really seems to be focusing a lot on love and relationships. So it is reminding you that this situation requires patience. Okay, there's no quick fix here. It's not something that you could just sort of dictate the terms of and then have it fit into that situation for you. You need to work through issues coming up with this situation, with this person, and it is taking time, and it will take time. Now, there is another message here. It could be for somebody else, where you may feel a connection with somebody, but you yourself are confused and you're not sure if going forward with this connection would be good for you or right for you. But this is saying give it time to develop, because you might have certain ideals in your mind, but there is something here that with time can really flourish, is what I'm saying. But you may have your own fears to work through as well, and you may be struggling with a lot of lack of clarity as well. So that was for another person or a couple of people. All right, I'm going to move on now to the air signs. So let's see what air signs have for December 2023. So we're looking at Libra, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. All right, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, December. What's coming up? Air signs. The World. Wow, that's a beautiful card. Look at that. I don't know if it picks up well on camera. I hope it does, but it's so stunning. There's a lot of stars, and yeah, it's just magical. So the World is about completion, and it's about the end of a cycle, the end of a phase of your life. So there's something happening in December that is a wrapping up phase for air signs. So it could be that, you know, there's an ending to do with, you know, maybe you're finishing work and you're getting to go on holidays. It could be as simple as that. For some people, there's more significant endings, you know, like you are changing jobs, or you're moving, or you're deciding to commit to something. The World is the energy of Saturn, which is the energy of commitments and responsibilities, and also end of karmic cycles. So there may be end of karmic cycles happening around you in your life where you feel like you want to make sweeping changes. Air signs. Let's see what else comes up for air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for December. Actually, I'm going to do the Astro dice first. Air signs, December. The third house, which is Gemini house, North Node and Aries. Wow. So the third house being the Gemini house, it's the house of communication, the mind, the lower mind, which is our habit mind. You know, the mind that just is in the habit of thinking logically and breaking things down, analyzing things, you know, making decisions, siblings, short distance travel. I really am getting something here about trying to make a decision to move forward, because Aries is about just going forward and just knowing that's what I'm doing, that's my mission, that's my direction, I'm going forward. And so is the North Node. The North Node's about going forward to your future as well. So it's very powerful to have the North Node, Aries, and the third house here. But there is, I'm getting some kind of fear as well coming up here. So maybe you know intuitively or instinctively that you want to move forward towards something, but you feel indecisive. The third house is Gemini house, which is about back and forth in your mind, not being able to decide. So there's some kind of intuitive knowing here with the North Node that you do need to move forward at this time. Air signs, but you may be a little bit scared or a little bit waiting. You could be waiting with the Aries energy for the right moment that you just feel everything comes together and you can just take the action. Let's see what you've got for love for December for air signs. Oh, you have attraction. Divine soul counterpart. Attraction transcends superficiality. So some air signs have a strong connection with somebody that you're either thinking about or you're with, or this is a highly romantic relationship. I'm going to get another card. Signs. Watch out for signs leading you to true love. Okay. So some of the air signs are not with their person, though some may be. Either way, you may be getting signs about somebody that you care about, and the universe is literally speaking to you. That was on the bottom, marriage. I just had to show you that. I just saw that. So there's a future connection with somebody that does involve at some stage, you know, a committed relationship or marriage. It doesn't have to be marriage, but it can be a commitment. It can be a long-term connection. And on some level you sense this, but because of the Gemini energy here, there's an inability to just yet make a decision. But it's, I feel like with these two, it's saying that ability to move forward towards this is coming. And it could be something that starts to build up more towards the end of December, I'm feeling. If you're not with somebody, but there's someone that you're thinking of, it shows that there is future movement, possibly something with 3, as in the 3rd of December, within 3 weeks of December, or within 3 months from December, okay? Let's have a look at what your fortune oracle message is for the air signs. Wow, celebrations. That is crazy. You're ready to bring new and exciting things in your life. Well, this relates, again, it relates to love. So look, some people might be having a birthday or doing something of a celebration, but I do feel it's deeper than that. I feel like it's to do with this relationship energy that came through for the air signs. So like I said, if that didn't resonate for some reason, do check your sun, moon, or rising. Those are the 3 you can check for this reading, and go to the timestamps under the video. Moving on to finally the water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. What have we got for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio for December 2023? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, December. Pisces, your sign's ruler, actually both of your rulers, Jupiter, and Jupiter is in dignity in Pisces, and so it's your traditional ruler. And Neptune are going direct this month. So this is actually a very powerful month for Pisces in particular, so I have to mention that. Cancerians and Scorpios. Scorpio, Venus is in your sign this month. Even though Venus is in detriment, it still could help you get a bit of your mojo back, I would say, if you've been feeling a bit dull, a bit tired. The star, look at that. Talk about getting your mojo back. Oh my gosh, that is such a beautiful star card. There's a ship on the water, and there's a lot of stars, and there's like it looks like a city in the background. I'm not quite sure. It's hard to see. Really pretty colors though. I love these cards. They're so interesting. So you have the star, so it shows you are on path. Okay, so things happening this month may have a destined quality about them. The star is about healing. It's about hope. Okay, and it's about patience as well. The see what else you've got to do with Virgo, Mercury, and the 6th house. Wow, very strongly about work here. So some water signs have got decisions this month to do with work. Wow. The 6th house is work and health. Mercury is the mind, to do with decisions. Mercury in Virgo could be being very busy this month of December. Water signs, you might have a lot of work. You might have a lot of details to go over or details to take care of, a lot of errands to run, a lot of daily stuff, you might be busy with work and your exercise routine and looking after yourself, all these things. That's what I'm seeing here for the water signs. Let's have a look at relationship energy for the water signs for December and see what comes up. But work was definitely a huge focus here. And actually Mercury is dignified in Virgo, so it shows that there's a strength here for you in your work life. So it looks like if you're worried about meeting deadlines or anything this month, water signs, you'll be fine. You'll get everything sorted. You'll get everything taken care of. So you have the card Heart. It says you begin to feel your heartbeat faster when you are close. So it's talking about, there's a couple here and she's actually wearing a wedding dress. Something about a connection with somebody that's very deep comes up here. Water signs. Get you another card. Some people might be in a relationship. There's a very supportive energy here, so you may be supporting someone going through a hard time. Yep, see, we have commitment. And so some water signs watching are already in a relationship. For others, there's something about a relationship around you that does have a future commitment to it. Commitment is an important factor to achieve a successful relationship. Okay, so yeah, if you're single, or if you've been seeing somebody and you feel like the person is not committed, this could be coming up for questioning, because sometimes these energies can be about removing things out of your life that are toxic for you. So do keep that in mind if that resonates. It may only resonate for a few people. Let's see what your Fortune Oracle card is for December for the water signs. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, December. Mountain, know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. Okay, so we have the number 22, which is a master number. There may be certain challenges for the water signs this month in some way that are certain things that you're meant to be overcoming. Okay, so challenges could be in relationship, could be in your work situation, or could be other areas, or in health. But what I'm getting is taking things step by step to not overwhelm yourself. You know, take things one day at a time. If it's getting really intense, or you feel like, oh my gosh, you know, I've got so much to do, I've got so much to get through, this is what I'm getting with this. And it's saying, you know what, you'll get to the top of the mountain, you'll get things completed, not to stress out about it, but just taking it one step at a time. And also for relationships, it's showing that there's a need for patience here, because you can't see the big picture yet. You can only just see like what your struggle is in, what the struggle is that you're in right now. That's what I'm getting from that. So, you know, with the Star card, it's saying you are on path. So keep trusting. Trust the universe, you're on path. Sometimes people think when things are difficult, there's something wrong, but part of life is going through challenges as well. So, you know, sometimes we do go through hard times, and it's, you know, sometimes we've got Saturn transits, or we've got Pluto transits, and in the astrology, and it's like, well, you know, you can't escape those things. That's part of your journey and the things that you're learning. But this is a very beautiful message, and so is the mountain, actually, because it's basically saying, look at all the stars. It's saying, you know, you've got a lot of guidance spiritually, you'll get there. Water signs, okay? So if you've been going through a hard time, that should hopefully be a reassuring message for you for December. And if you do go through a rough time in December, I don't think it's going to be too rough, but it just feels more pressure and a bit stressful and a bit maybe some uncertainty. It's saying, you know, have faith, you're on path, you'll get there, okay? So that was the last reading for the year. Thank you so much for watching, and if you are a regular watcher of my channel, I appreciate you so much. I'd love to see you guys on Patreon if any of you are interested, where I do more content. So I do upload at least four videos a month. And, you know, I also put the opportunity to vote for things that you want to see as well. And you can join Tier 1 for only $5 a month, and you can join for a short time, or as long as you want, really. It's up to you. I've got people that have been there from the beginning. I've got people that join for a few months and they, you know, take a break and then they come back, you know, and that sort of thing as well. So that was it. Have a fantastic last month of the year, and you know, all the best wishes to everybody for a fabulous 2024. And like I said, if you haven't seen my 2024 video on my main channel, I might link it below this video for those that haven't seen it. But have a great Christmas, everyone. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.